Shalom. First, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Honors and salutations to you, Akim, out there that's doing work in our true sincerity. Shalom and shalom to the elect of Israel. Today we're going to get into, pretty much this famine of the word that's coming because I think that it was just by the spirit that the elder apostles, we think, through the spirit that it was, the spirit that led the elder apostles to leave 34th and 7th in New York City, where where the camp spot was, the main camp spot was, and you can feel it, as far as you can see it through the spirit, man, that this famine word is coming, because the gospel had been preached, the internet, the YouTube, before YouTube it was Daily Motions, but it flourished, man. This truth has flourished. Before I was in this truth, and then since I've been in it, the last few years, it's just, it's reached its height where, if you don't know you're an Israelite because you're just being rebellious, But this gospel, you have heard this gospel, so you can't have no excuse, the day of wrath, okay? So, without any further ado, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So by the medium of the YouTube, that is how this the true, sincere gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through his prophets was able to reach the four corners of the earth.
Okay.
About us being the real Israelites, and about these fake ass Jews not being the true Jews, but the synagogue of Satan. And Esau is getting pissed off about that. So Esau is going to try to come up against this to shut this whole thing down. And that's also when our faith is going to be tried, because these devils is going to come up against us with that persecution. So that's when we're going to have to endure in faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai at that time.
Okay. That's what I got on that precept.
All right. This is Isaiah 55, verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai while he may be found.
Okay.
Call ye upon him while he is near."
Okay.
So, I mean, this truth's been going out heavily, for the past, as far as having the medium of the YouTube being up, for a while now. And you Jakes had, the opportunity to, basically seek the Lord. Brothers been out here on the highways and hedges telling you Israelites, telling you the name of the Most High and the Son. I mean, and we've been out here laboring, just rightly dividing the word of truth. So it's up to you to seek the Most High if your spirit be inclined to Him. If He's drawing you to this, because pretty much if you don't have that knowledge that's gonna seal you from judgment in the time of our trouble, then you gonna end up being asked out. You're not gonna know what to do.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like, even right now, you got videos on YouTube on many brothers, many Akim, many of the elders, many of the apostles' channels being created that you could go on there right now and get edified. So it's still no excuse, man. It's no excuse for that. This net neutrality thing, which they're going to neutralize any. Basically, like you got a police officer, right, and say he got a suspect, right, that's armed, all right, and the police, his job is to neutralize the situation, meaning to eliminate the threat. And see, we are the threat. How are we a threat? We're a threat to the so-called white man's, okay, Esau, Edom, his rulership, okay, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? We're a threat because we're we have been woken up to this truth, right? And so that means that it's Esau time to come down because once Ezekiel 37 took place, us bringing up to our heritage, calling upon the name Yahweh, Mahashem Yahweh Shai, well then that's symbolic of Esau's end. Because now the children of Israel, we have been woken up. Now it's time for Yahweh through Yahweh Shai to gather the elect from the four corners, all right, of the earth. And that's what's getting ready to take place. But um, that also correlate with the destruction of Esau's rulership, man. All right, so that's Esau's goal to neutralize, eliminate the threat of his kingdom, which he, if you want to get that the Most High set bounds that he cannot pass. Okay, if you don't mind that.
I was.
You got a precept? Go ahead.
This is Psalms 50, and I'm gonna start at verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Point is in verse 21. It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What is thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?"
Good.
Because these Edomites, chiefly these fake Jews who is of the tribe of Amalek,
Edom,
of the children of Edom, they shouldn't even be, for one, in our land, because that land was not ever promised to them or given to them, and they were never part of the covenant. The Most High never made them to be the children of Israel.
Good.
So they falsely assumed our identity. So they falsely took this covenant in their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Which really they don't even believe in the Bible. They believe in the Talmud.
Huh. Well, the whole world waking up to that. So their whole secrecy has been destroyed because of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the men that was set up to teach us and on down to us the youngest brother, that we have through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai destroyed that stronghold. Collectively,
Not to mention, the Most High has been putting the spirit on these Edomites to really start, making their tongues to fall upon themselves. Basically bringing out certain information, for it to be put out there about these secret societies, or the learned protocols of Zion, which is these fake Jews, these Amalekites.
Can you jump over to 49:11 in the moment out?
I will. This is seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee.
That happened because when Esau picked up the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, all right, and he proclaimed that that him and his people was a God-fearing people, all right, that they feared the Most High. Well, they don't show it because everything the Most High set up or for ordinance purposes to govern ourselves with. Esau, he got the laws, commandments, statutes, but do he keep them? No, he did not.
What the scripture say, it is righteousness is an abomination to a sinner.
Mm-hmm.
Esau was created to be the wicked, so righteousness is not a part of his makeup. Going all the way from the time from Cain. That's why Cain envied and hated his brother Abel. Because his deeds were righteous, but Cain's deeds were wicked. So he hates, just like he hates us, being from the line of Jacob, as being the children of the righteous, because we're the children of the Most High. That's why we went. That's the reason why they persecute us throughout the ages. It says, when thou sawest the thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Yeah.
What's the main way that they do that? They do that through their media now. They pretty much put out false narratives of what's true and what's
taking place.
Taking place.
Propaganda is that's the name for it. Propaganda. You telling something contrary to the truth. That's propaganda, and you doing it because you have an agenda that you trying to push. So for the truth's sake, he's anti-truth. The so-called white man is anti-truth, and so that's why you see like in the media what's going on in Syria. You know what I mean? And around different parts of the earth, where you don't hear a lot about it. You don't hear a lot about Yemen like that. I mean, you watch like RT news, you will hear about Yemen. But outside that, you got a couple of like Press TV News. They speak about Yemen, but for the most part, most of the mainstream news medias don't speak and tell the truth of what's going on in Yemen.
They wanted to, and they also want to get people to, stop watching Russia Today as well.
Oh yeah.
Because of that propaganda that they pushing against Russia as well.
Mhm.
Which
that ain't doing nothing but that's nothing but the Mossad turning Gog and Magog against Babylon. That's all that's doing. The Mossad putting the hooks in the jaws of Gog and turn them against Babylon, which is America. That's why you see that war over in Syria turning up, because you have a Russian jet got shot down, and Russians, man, they've been waiting patiently to get these other Edomites. The Russian Edomites, they've been waiting to get these other Edomites over in America to to pay them back for destroying their different things they got going on, sanctioning, trying to what you call that, invade on their business propositions, and the different transactions they have with other nations or different countries.
Regulate their internal affairs.
Yeah, regulate their internal affairs. Like that energy. Russia is over in that side of the hemisphere, the eastern hemisphere. All right, Russia produces 40% or more of the energy, and so a lot of American allies actually dependent on Russia for energy, and the U.S. don't like that shit. And so what are they trying to do? They're trying to create sanctions and shit. That's when Trump first got in office too. Create sanctions to stop the NATO nations and the other EU nations as a part of NATO, all right, or deal with and the nations that deal with NATO nations to stop buying energy from Russia. But you even had where the UK spoke out against that shit, all right, because America wanted to create Russia as this hostile nation, so they could come up against Russia. You know what I'm saying, like they did when they was the Soviet Union. But the nations, that's that were at peace with America, or that was of a part of the Confederacy, they all starting to turn on America. Like you have where Turkey is I think it's the largest military in NATO, or the second largest military in NATO, if I ain't mistaken. It's either one or two. But Turkey is wish-washy right now, and they're going against America because America have been arming and aiding those Kurds that's in northern Syria right now, and the Turkish government, all right, what's his name, Erdogan, all right, he's against that, all right, and then he was collaborating with America to try to overthrow Assad, but then Russia intervened, and then by Russia intervening and actually helping Syria out, and then they was actually destroying some of the Kurds as well. But that made Turkey turn to Russia and start doing what you call it, coalition strikes with Russia and Syria, Iran, China within Syria. Okay, so you have it where that's a big major ally to America, which is Turkey, and they went into that. You know what I'm saying? They went into that war, and now they starting to turn the tides and go against America. They got a lot of anti-America rhetoric going on out of Turkey, all right, out of Ankara. Okay, go ahead. I ain't mean to hold you too long.
I mean, the thing about it is, I'll read this precept one more time. This is Psalms 50 and 19. Thou givest thy mouth to the evil, and thy tongue to frame of deceit. Because for one, I mean, now that you got all this truth coming out, whether it be the men of the Lord out there on the highways and hedges, or other other Edomites, you know, pretty much exposing their agendas throughout the world, you know, like WikiLeaks, for example, you know, things of that nature. Esau wants to control the narrative, or the narrative through his media, as far as the events that's taking place around the world. You know, to keep the masses, for one, of our people blinded, and the rest of the population, you know, so they can keep a firm stronghold as far as their government.
Yeah.
You know, because if most of these people knew the truth out here, you know, there'll be more rioters and protesters.
Yeah. Be a bigger uproar. And you know that's it's name nations speaking out against America in the UN Security Council. You know, especially with that Jerusalem move. They like and then like you got countries like North Korea and other nations like how can you make a deal with America when they don't keep its word? Like going back to that mouth frame of deceit. They know that when a so-called white man come and try to make a deal with you, many of the Edomites over in America, that it's all deceit. All right.
It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother." There you have it. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's Esau. Who's your own mother's son? Because remember, Isaac loved Esau because of his venison. And who loved our forefather Jacob, Rebecca did. That's what it's referring to. It says thy mother's son. Read it again, please.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
Yeah.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's right. You got where Esau say all mannerism of shit against us, right? But look at all the wickedness you doing, man. He'll quickly point out something Jake do, and he turn around and do shit. The same with the 2/3 doing, or even way worse, man. All right, because you gotta think about it. We don't have any military shit like that. We live in the ghettos, fucking reservations, and all kind of shit, right? But Esau, he's in rulership. He goes around the earth bombing people. Jake can't do no shit like that. Jake can participate in his military and do shit like that, but the one that's spearheading all of this destructiveness is Esau. He is the son of perdition. All right?
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself.
Yeah.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is taking place right now.
Yeah, correcting the elect. Reproving the elect. That's what's actually going on. 2/3 of our people ain't going to be reproved. They're going to be reproved by way of thermonuclear fire. That's their reproof. All right? That's the Most High purifying the 2/3 by destroying them in this nuclear destruction.
Because it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself. Because these Edomites, they literally thought that the Most High, was going to be with them. Like this was going to be the kingdom of heaven. Like their kingdom was going to be established forever.
Come on.
No, but the Most High, the scripture say, the throne of iniquity shall not have fellowship with them.
Yep. And the Most High gives set the bounds of kingdoms. Okay.
Yeah. This is Job. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that they cannot pass.
That's right, and that's straight up plain. When the Most High set the bounds of a rulership or a kingdom, it ain't going no further past that. So the Most High, when he want a kingdom or a rulership to come to naught or the end, that's it. Ain't no extra, ain't no extensions. Ain't no prolonging. It's that. It's just that. And Esau, you at your wits' end, man. Now it's time for you to go down. I mean, go down in the worst way possible, man. I mean, straight up in hardcore, double time slavery that we've been through. You're gonna get double that, man. But it's gonna be in righteousness though. Not knowing that abominable shit you was doing, like you was raping Jake and shit, raping Jake males and shit, man. It's gonna be straight up back beating, bone breaking, jaw cracking, neck snapping, man. In the kingdom of heaven, see that's one thing people don't understand, man. The kingdom of heaven ain't gonna be all just just no partying and all this no bullshit. No,
No, it's gonna be putting these nations, especially these fucking devils, under our subjection, man.
That's right.
Making them serve us, making them build, build the kingdom.
That's it. Restoring the earth.
And basically setting everything in order according to righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
According to the law, statutes, and commandments. That these devils have done everything to go contrary against and promote going contrary against. So the Most High gave them a time when they was in rulership to deceive the whole earth and to change times and laws. Pretty much rearrange all the ordinances of the Most High, and now everything's about to be put back in balance.
This is Psalms 144. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Bow thy heavens, O Yahweh, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning, and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows, and destroy them." That's going to the destruction of Esau, man. All right? Cast forth thy lightning. All right? Shoot out thine arrows. Lightning is going to be coming from them chariots. That concentrated fire, zapping people. Them arrows, them ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. It's like intercontinental ballistic missiles.
You said it right.
Yeah, I thought I got a little tongue tied. But that's going to actually happen, man. That's getting ready to take place. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts, or what is going to happen, man. And there ain't nothing you can do about it, Esau. See, this gospel has been preached, man. We just wait on the destruction, man. We wait on these arrows to be shot. All right? And before the arrows being shot, we waiting on the famine. We waiting on these pestilence. We waiting on the race wars. All right? Uproars of the people, men invading one another, man. Then the chariots coming and zapping people. And destroying shit. And then the arrows is the finisher move. That's the fatality, man. That's what we waiting on, man. We just soaking up all the knowledge and wisdom that we can and understanding all the scriptures as much as we can, build up our spirits, and just waiting on Esau to be destroyed. That's the whole thing, man. I mean, that's what we patiently waiting on. And when I say patiently, patient means to suffer. And the children of Israel have suffered. Man, we have been suffering since going into this captivity, this current captivity we in right now, since the 1400s, man. When we was going into slavery, man. See, that's the beginning, and then there's the end, man. And right now we're at the end. All right.
Better is the end of a thing than the beginning.
I was getting ready to get that. Too. Yeah, that's it, man.
All right.
Let me see. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. It says, "The thing that hath been it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." So there's no new thing under the sun. I brought it out because every kingdom and every rulership, there was a beginning and there was an end. It's nothing new. Most High allowed a nation to rule. Then the Most High brought that nation right down, ended that nation's reign. We right here at Esau's end of his reign. And Esau ruled with straight up rigor, man. Wicked rigor, man. And vigor. That's what Esau ruled with, man. And he's still ruling with that because our day of trouble ain't even started yet. You best believe that this ain't nothing, man. You see, it's like the calm before the storm. You know what I mean? Hey, this ain't nothing, man. When all hell breaks loose, you gonna know that we in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right. That net, like I said, that net neutrality, they trying to neutralize the threat, which is us, man, men of the Lord. We're the threat to Esau, Edom's kingdom, man. He want to neutralize us. Well, when you eliminate something, you get rid of it. So what do he want to get rid of? He want to get rid of the men of the Lord. That's what it's all about. Okay, you know what I'm talking about?
Nah.
Well, that's what it's all about, man. You got that Isaiah on deck. So, you know, this is the time right now. You should be seeking the Yahweh Shema Shai to build your spirit up right now, because in our day of trouble, you gotta have this wisdom, man. You gotta have this knowledge, this understanding of the scriptures, man. That's what's gonna carry you through, man. That's what's gonna carry you through these times we get ready to come into, man. Not how much you weight lift, not how much you eat right, not how much you do anything, man. What's gonna outside of reading these scriptures and soaking up all you can and building your spirit up, because it's gonna be grown men out here travailing like a woman with a child, man. Man in the corner somewhere, balled up. You don't want to be one of the men. You want to be one of the men that the Lord got to set aside to be granted salvation. You want to be one of the men that's out eating and drinking while all this stuff going on, rejoicing in the spirit, though you yet afraid, because you know that the terror of the Lord is great, man. Okay, that wisdom. Yeah.
This is Isaiah 55 verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Seek ye the Lord Yahweh while he may be found.
Yeah, right now this is the time. Right now he may be found before this net neutrality come to play, and they take off all the apostles and elders on down to the lowest brother videos where you can be edified, and build your spirit up. They're gonna take them videos down, and then what? You're gonna be asked out here. It's too late then, because the Most High called and you ain't answer. All right, He stretched out His hand to you and you ain't take it. You made fun of us, man. You talk major stuff about us, man. Oh man, these guys on the corners doing all this, yelling, reading out of a Bible, but then you see the things in the Bible come to pass. Now you wonder what the men of the Lord are. You wonder what's the name of the Most High. You wonder what's the name of His Son, and you looking all, like a sitting duck out here, man. You look like a lamb in the midst of 100 wolves. All right, that's getting ready to be devoured. All right.
All right. It says, "Seek ye the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near."
Call ye upon him while he is near. He's near right now. How he's near? By his men. All right, the men of the Lord, man, the true prophets, the true men of the Lord, man. That's out.
I mean, you had the opportunity to get the most precious knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Most High manifested through His prophets for free, man.
For free.
All of these videos that's gone up that you still have access to.
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time to go watch all the videos from all the Israelite brothers from these different camps, specifically Great Millstone.
Good.
Because I'm gonna be straight up with you. Great Millstone is the only ones that's giving you the 100% raw truth. That's going through all the prophecies and letting you know the good as well as the bad, the sweet and the bitter, as far as this truth is concerned, and as far as what's about to get ready to take place with our people, man.
That's it. You're getting straight up organic truth, man. Raw. With all the nutrients and minerals you need. You can't say any more than that, man.
I mean, scriptures say, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High.
Yeah.
But the Most High, I mean, he's not dealing with these churches. He's not dealing with these temples. Where your false pastors and preachers is.
Mm-hmm.
Scriptures say wisdom shall be uttered in the streets. That's what the men of the Lord are laboring.
In the streets.
Right? It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our power."
But you got to return first.
Yeah,
it said return first.
For He will abundantly pardon.
And you turn to the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, He'll forgive you, man. He'll give you that coat for your sins. The ones that call upon him.
The ones
The
who
sincere.
acknowledge themselves as Israelites, not as Negro, African American, or Latino,
Mexican.
or Mexican, or things of that nature, man.
Call yourself by your true heritage, your true name. When you're Benjamite, Gadite, whatever, Judite. You got more than that?
That was pretty much it.
Okay. This is Psalms 145 and 18. It says, "The Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is nigh unto them. It's like it is nigh unto all them that call upon him. To all that call upon him in truth." All right? You got to call upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in truth, man. You can't be, half-stepping. The Most High get rid of you, man. He know us, man. The Lord created us, man. He know what's exactly on your mind. Matter of fact, the scriptures say a man's goings of the Lord, how then should a man know his own way? Verse 19, it says, "He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him." First of all, you got to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 1 and 7. All right, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. You got to learn to fear him.
All right, because contrary to these churches teach you can pretty much believe in the Lord, but be doing whatever the fuck, when it's not so. When you really come to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this truth, and the Lord start having it to where the Spirit will start chastising your ass for you to get in order. That's if he's actually dealing with you, if you one of his men. So that's when you learn the fear of the Lord.
Verse 19 again says, "He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them." Hear they cry?
And that's what we want.
Come on.
In the time of Jacob's trouble, we want the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to hear our cry and deliver us, man.
Yeah, and save us. Verse 20, it says, "Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua preserveth all of them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy." That's cut and dry, man.
For one, how do you love the Most High? By walking after his commandments.
Oh yeah, come.
Putting off that old man, and putting off all your old iniquities, man.
Come.
Not being a nigga.
You said for all them that love him. Okay, this is love according to the Most High. 1 John 5 and 3 says, "For this is the love of the Heavenly Father, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous."
Right.
That's how you show you love him. But also, it's more to that. You got to go out and do this work.
You actually have to, because you actually have to forsake, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Because that's what's pushed in this society. Just coming away from, constantly looking to please yourself, contrary to the Most High's ways. And thinking that, because Esau has things set up to where, you may not get judged for your iniquity right away, that, that's where that pride comes in, that pride of life comes in at, But the Most High can pretty much, for 2/3 of our people, He's going to snare you in that evil time, man. That didn't take heed.
This is, Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it."
Right, because we lost our prior life, before coming in this truth for Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai's sake, because, us hopefully being of the hopeful elect, he purified us to be conformed unto his image. So therefore, we've been pretty much
withdrawn from this world.
Yeah, withdrawn from this world, and pretty much like our life is renewed with him, pretty much.
We got families and shit. As far as relatives, but man, look, I'm gonna just tell you straight up, man. I got siblings. I barely see their ass, man. They not doing this work, man. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I got a mother that's still living. I barely ever see her, man. Cause why? You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't care about her, no shit like that. But Matthew 12:50. But whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, man.
That's it.
So I see my mom and hey, mom, she like, hey, I love you too. Keep it moving, But you don't go no, I'm not, I'm having the cookout. Come on down. No, hell no. No cookout on the weekend. What's my cookout right here? I'm having the cookout right now with these scriptures, man. Out in the highways and hedges, doing his work, doing the lessons, to try to hopefully edify the Akim that may be watching. That's that. Okay.
The lips of the righteous shall feed many.
Come.
So yeah, this is the cookout right here.
Come. It says, verse 27. It says, "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works." So that's past tense, man. So you gotta do this work. You gotta continuously do this work, man, till it's time for the Lord to redeem his chosen elect. And that's that, man. You gotta, but nonetheless, you gotta keep doing this. What does scripture say? Blessed is he that blessed is he whom the Lord findeth working. Roughly, I don't want to get it wrong. Blessed
and when he shall come, shall find so doing.
Yeah, come. That's what you want. You want Yahweh Shah to come back and see you working, see you being diligent, man. You don't want to come back and Yahweh Shah see you standing there being idle. He told the parable.
That's the spirit.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew's 24. I'm gonna start at verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore be also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Hey, the Son of Man coming. Who was that? Yahweh Shah. That's when Yahweh gonna give Yahweh Shah the green light. Boom. And you gonna see him appear with the angels and the chariots, man. It's more.
I know.
Yeah, I'm saying it's more. No, I'm saying it's more.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant?
Who then is a faithful and wise servant? You keep doing this work continuously in truth and sincerity. All right. Knowing that this is going to prepare you into the kingdom of heaven, right? Go ahead.
Whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season.
That's right. And we learn to be rulers, man. Yahweh through Yahweh Shah has given us this ruling class mentalities, man. To rule these nations. If you're going to rule these nations in the kingdom of heaven, man. That links up with Psalms 2. Asking me, and I should give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. That's all going to happen, man. For those who seek Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and who was found working diligently, truthfully, and in sincerity, that's who is going to the Lord going to find working. Now who the Lord going to bless and exalt. Okay. So you want to be one of them men that the men of Israel that be found working and doing this work, man. That Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will grant you mercy, man. What's that? Hara Anawa Yahweh Chasatka, Wajaka Dananawa. Hey, that's actually the Most High to grant you mercy, man. Grant me your mercy, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's what I just said. You gotta, man. You gotta constantly, man, do the work in the hopes of that, man. You don't want to be destroyed out here, man. You don't want no parts of this thermonuclear fire. All right. So with that, you got more?
Yeah, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Mm-hmm.
Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
We're gonna be Romans 8, what's that, 17?
And then there's the other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming,
mm-hmm,
and shall begin to smite his fellow servants.
Yeah, you got guys in Israel to do that, man. That they sit back. You hear about it all the time. The other apostles go into that, man. The guys from the One West, they maybe sprung off and they've been doing this work, but then they taking time off. The guys getting waxing rich,
or just taking time, just cutting back and not really applying themselves to do the work.
Yeah.
They pretty much not fellowshipping, or they just distancing themselves.
Yeah. That hey, Johanna is a perfect example of that. All right, you sitting back, man. Hey, that man ain't on the highways and hedges doing nothing, man. Cooling out, man. having a good old time, eating chicken and shit. You know, drinking that cheap ass cognac. You know, that's what Jake do, man. I'm not, not just I'm just he's just an example, man.
Hey, what is it about to say? And to eat and drink with the drunken.
Yeah, man. Niggas sitting up eating fried chicken and drinking Hennessy and shit, man. It's drink your little shot or two, but it don't give much a strong drink. Scripture say give not much a strong drink, man. Drink not strong drink often, man. I barely even touch anything of that. I barely even drink a beer, man. Shit, let alone some strong drink, man. Unless it's some wine, some good wine. No, but the point is, you want to be one of them righteous servants, one of them good servants, not no evil servant. Try to keep working when and all hell get ready. But you gonna do the work now? No, hell no. It's too late then. It's too late then. You had all this time to do the work, and you bullshit around, standing there being idle and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to cast forth judgment. It's time for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to cast forth judgment. It's too late now. All right? When that happens, go ahead.
The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrite.
Hey.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Nobody's going to be destroyed. Luke 19:27. But those my enemies that was not shall reign over them, bring them hither. So really, if you ain't doing the work and doing what Yahweh Ba'ashem shall tell you, you're really an enemy, man. I mean, that's the truth. If you're not obedient, you know what I'm saying, you're not going with ordinance, going along with the order of things, you're an enemy to the Most High. That's plain, man. You declared yourself. You basically spoke out and went against your maker, the one that made you, fool. It's like your son. It's like your son rebelling and talking shit to you, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm your father. I'm your daddy, man. You gonna do the fuck I tell you to do or else. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Okay? So with that, I want to say, we're going to say all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and honors and citations to you, Akim, doing the work in all truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect of Israel, those of you throughout the four corners of the earth, the ones that look like typical Israelites and the ones that look like confused in the face. Hey, shalom to you, man. Shalom, keep working, man. Be the ones that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua find diligent, man, and working when he come. Okay? Shalom.
Shalom.